Alright, folksy folks, we bought the pickets for over there to make a privacy fence because people walking down the road, and look back in the backyard. We don't need that. Plus, it keeps Aaron in the backyard, and we're going to work on that area and this area in the future. But for now, we bought these, and I stained all the edges and the faces. I have to do the other side next. I mean, we're going to cut them down, but it'd be easier for me to get the edges. Now, when you buy pickets like this, let them dry out for a while, for a couple weeks. Because when people buy these, they're wet, and they screw them in, and they'll have a gap in between each one. So if you let them dry out and then screw them in, it won't have that gap. So let them dry out for a while. Stand them on end when you dry them out, because they'll be warping back and forth if you lay them on the ground. So this is the first step, and we'll get on with the next step. All right, folks, for my next project, I went and bought myself a bunch of treated lumber, 4x4s, 2x4s, and two 10-footer 2x4s, and 100 pickets. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. Okay, this is on the back of the garage, and I want to run a fence all the way along the line here and to the corner on this side of that pole and into that fence. It's just to keep Erin in this part of the yard. I don't want her going in the woods. She doesn't, and she knows not to go over there. So I have to put post there. It's going to be a 10-foot run there, but I might run into some problems. That looks like a septic system at one point or something. But I'm going to have to put a 10-footer section there, and then I'm going to put post every 8 feet all the way over to here. And there she is. Look at the hole she likes to dig. I don't know what she's digging for back there, but I don't know. But let's get on with that. First thing I'm going to have to do is dump out my rain barrel. I made a top for it so mosquitoes don't get in there. And you can see a couple raccoons trying to come, but I'll dump this out and let that go down through here. And the problem I'm going to have is hitting roots. I know I'm going to hit some roots over here somewhere, but probably from that big mammoth jamma there. So let's dump this sucker over. All right, I'm at 25 inches, 26 inches down. The frost line, I think, is 18, but my post is 8 foot, so I want 2 feet down in there. But I'm going to put a couple of rocks down on the bottom. Then I'm going to put my post, make sure it's level on all sides, and then put the concrete in there, and then let it set. Alright, we're all done. I put my hammock up. I already used that earlier. I put it between, instead of going from here to the pole, It's here to do another 4x4. Hey, look who's paying us a visit. My water barrel, I had to put the downspout on the other side of the fence, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way of getting that in here, water for the plants and bird bath. I'll figure that out. That'll be a different project. I like that nicely. I like that wood, but the different grain and stuff like that. But I'm gonna stain it. That'll be next time. And I got my bird. They're just the bird feeder, and I got black sunflower seeds in there, so only get certain kind of birds. And peanuts for the squirrels. And underneath there's a little dip right there for where water goes underneath. I put a rock on the other side of there, so nothing can get underneath that away, but they could still get around it. But it's just to prevent Aaron from digging around there. And in the back you can see a hump there. My wife calls it the pitcher's mound. I think that's an old septic tank, an old septic system, because I tried to put a pipe down in there for this bird feeder. It's hitting solid. It has to be a septic system. And I run into so many roots and rocks. They buried so much crap back there. It's ridiculous. I had a big boulder on the back of the corner. It was a pain in the neck to get out of there. I had those two big rocks, but this one was twice as big. So that's it, And I did do that over there. I finished that. This is basically mainly to keep her in the yard, and we don't get people walking down the street looking back in here, and I didn't want, because I had a guy walking down the street eyeballing back in here hard. Then he walked over on the other side, he's looking. I was like, what the heck is your problem? So that's basically the main thing, is to keep prying eyes. We're going to work on another little picket fence thing here that you can buy for panels and stuff. It's a real small little thing we could do with a gate. And like I said, it's just to keep Erin in the yard. Even though she does stay in the yard. She does very good in the yard. But it's just my wife, she doesn't want to have to go chasing her if she just sees a cat or something and decides to go off and run off. So she can just open up the back door and let her out. So there you go. It was a treat. It was learning experience. I learned some stuff on how to do it and everything. But I'm gonna stain it, and that'll be the next video. And me trying a thing that I bought for paint when we were painting the house and garage. It didn't work good at all for paint. We're gonna try it on stain, so we're gonna see that. Alright, I'm going to use this. We bought this last year, and it comes with a trim sprayer and a big sprayer, and you can adjust how much it comes out, and the speed and everything else. And I'm going to have to use this since we bought all of it and I didn't use it all up. I wouldn't recommend this stuff. Don't buy Thompson's. Go buy something else. That's just what I believe. So I'm going to try this on a little part and see if it works just as good as a brush, but I don't think it will. So let's get on with setting that up. One more reason, well, the main reason I won't buy Thompson's anymore is because it doesn't last. Because I stained these fences and everything last year, and it's already coming off. Anyways, and another thing is if the lid, once you open it, you have to use pliers to basically open it all the time. So anyways, I got it on, I don't got it on turbo mode, I got it on half. I got the different flow max and stuff. So I'm gonna put it down to, I'm gonna go down a little bit lower. We're gonna put it on 2. And then you can adjust the spray this way, vertical, horizontal. There you go, that's what I want. there you have it. I'm not impressed with it. It's okay. It doesn't, maybe I need more practice with it. I'll probably never use it again. Now the reason I don't like this over a brush pushes it into the grain and it gives a better seal. So I'm going to go over it again with a brush. Even though the first time you go over it, this would have probably taken me 3 or 4 hours to do with a brush. But the second time, it's like already sealed a little bit. It goes over real quick. So I'm going to go over it with a brush, but that's it. That's all I'm going to do for today, or for this video. So, all right, I got 2 coats on it. It could use 3, but I just got it all finished. I just finished that this morning. As far as the Thompsons, remember I said the lid for these things, they just suck. It looks like they remade the lid so it's easier to get off of there. That sucked, but still, I wouldn't recommend this stuff because I stained this last year, and look at that, with that same stuff. So I would go with Flood or some Valspar cedar. I won't use that ever again, but I used it to match all the other stuff because I was going to buy it, another brand, but I was afraid it was going to look different from what I had. So there you go, all done, and I like it. It saves her from running out of. Plus, she ran around there one time chasing a squirrel, or a cat, chased this cat, and she went back and she was like 2 houses down. I was terrified. I was like, where the heck did she go? So she has microchip and all this other stuff and her dog tags and stuff, so that'd be fine. So on to the next little project. Thanks for watching.